In spring and springboard, total how many IOC containers are there? Everyone, in spring and springboard, total how many containers are there? Speak out, my dears. Two are there. What are those? Online student, please check your audio and video settings, please. Everyone. How many containers are there, my dear? What are those? Bean factory and application context, right? Which is basic container, which is advanced container. Bean factory is the basic container. Application context is the advanced container, right? Super, guys. Both these containers are given for which purpose? Both these containers are given for two basic operations. One is spring bean life cycle management. Other one is what? Dependency management. What do you mean by dependency management? It is all about arranging dependent spring bean class object to target spring bean class object or not. How many ways we can implement this dependency injection, guys? Two ways. What is number one? What is number one? I want reply from you people. Dependency lookup. What is number two? Speak out. Speak out. One is a dependency lookup. Other one is what? Dependency injection, right? Super, guys. Okay. What do you mean by dependency lookup? The source spring bean spends time, writes logic to search and get dependent spring bean class object or not, guys? Yes or no? What's the real life example to understand that? The real life example to understand it, okay, in student who is a target, right? Target person. Okay, ask for materials, request for material, then gets the material. This comes under what, guys? Dependency lookup. The way we get object from J&A registry to use in our Java application is called dependency lookup. Come on, now tell me, guys. What is the second one we got? Dependency injection. In dependency injection, what we do, guys? Tell me, everyone. The underlying server or container or framework or JRE dynamically assigns dependent object to target class object or not. What's the real life example we understood for that? The real life example that we are understanding there is the moment you joined in the course, come on. The moment you joined in the course material will be assigned to student or not, guys? You don't ask for material. The management will assign material dynamically to student. This comes under what, guys? Dependency injection. The way default values are assigned to properties of the object by JVM comes under what, guys? The way servlet container assigns servlet config object to our servlet class object comes under what, guys? Depending. Which is faster, boss? Most regularly used dependency management in real time is what? Dependency injection. Are you getting my point, my dears? Shall we get into today's discussion? Okay. Here is 2000. Here is what? 10,000. Yes, guys. Here, what is this? Here is my 515. Where is this? Spring core, right? What is today's date, my dear? 30th. Spring core module dependency injection. Spring core module, no doubt. Today our main target is IOC container creation. After doing all these things, if container is not ready, it's really meaningless or not, guys? So today we are going to discuss about how to create what? IOC container. Clear guys? Come on everyone. Okay, let's talk about how to deal with what? IOC container creation process. But before that, we'll conclude. Yeah, Spring supports both dependency lookup and dependency injection. Spring supports only dependency lookup or only dependency injection? Yes, Spring supports both. What is this? Dependency lookup and dependency injection. But most regularly used dependency management in Spring is what? Dependency injection, because it's faster and no work for the programmer. Everything is taken care by whom, guys? IOC container. Got it, guys? Dependency injection. What is there? Dependency in. Spring supports both dependency lookup and what? Dependency injection. The next one is what, guys? Come on, everyone. Mostly used. What is there? Dependency management technique in Spring is dependency management technique. What is this? Technique in Spring is, what is there? Yeah, what is that? Dependency lookup. What is there? Dependency manage. We prefer working with the dependency management a lot or not, guys? Okay, dependency management. Dependency injection. In shortcut, it is called DI na boss. Yes, guys, let it be. Super, guys. Now here, I'm just taking one thing called dependency management in Spring. What is that? Simply, what is that? Dependency management in Spring. Tell me, in how many ways you can implement this, guys? 2 ways. One is dependency lookup, other one is what? Dependency injection. Okay, dependency lookup. What is number 2, guys? Dependency injection. What is that? Dependency injection. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. One is dependency lookup, other one is what? Dependency injection. Clear? Yes. Okay. Followed by that, what is the story, guys? Come on, everyone. Yes. This dependency injection can be implemented in multiple ways. Yes or no, boss? Okay. How to implement this one? Call lookup method. What method? On IOC container to perform. This lookup is a ready-made method, guys. Okay. To perform this DL operation. What operations? DL operation. To simply perform this DL operation. Okay. Now let's look other side, guys. Come on, everyone. Yeah, this can be implemented. What, guys? In multiple ways. How many ways, guys? In multiple ways. This can be implemented in multiple ways. Yeah. Using field injection. What injection, guys? Yeah. That's on the top of the field, we keep one annotation, injection takes place, right? Using setter method. So dependent spring bean will be assigned to target spring bean by calling setter method. So that's why that is called what? setter injection. What injection, guys? We are going to study all these things one by one. Don't worry about that. Just try to understand what is what. Using constructor injection, dependent spring bean will be assigned to target spring bean by executing the constructor, by calling the constructor. Right now, boss? Come on, everyone. Next, using arbitrary method injection. What method, guys? Arbitrary method injection. So we'll be using what? We'll be using one or other random method. What method, guys? No, not a setter method, not a constructor. Some other random method to perform the injection, guys. Are you getting my point? So using what? One or other arbitrary method, okay, to assign dependent spring bean class object to target object. Okay, we have something called interface injection. What is that? Interface injection, also called as, what is there? Aware injection. What injection, guys? Because those interface names are aware triplex interfaces. That's why they are called as what? Aware in. Yeah, different varieties of injection that are there, I am listing out, guys. Next one. Lookup method injection. What is the injection we got? Lookup method injection. Lastly, method replacer or method injection. What is there? Method replacer or method injection. Method replacer or method injection. Convinced, my dear? Got the point, my dear? I want reply, guys. Okay. Most popularly used, guys. These four. First four are there, na? These four are most popularly used injections. Okay. Most regularly used injections. Most regularly used injections in Spring programming, right? Yes, boss. Everyone tell me. Spring supports both dependency lookup and injection or not, guys? Yes. Okay, in how many modes? Here respond, my dear. In how many modes it supports? Dependency lookup, dependency injection. Tell me, how many ways are there to implement dependency injection in Spring? Count, my dear. 7 ways are there. In that one, most regularly used approaches are how many? In that one, what is the best approach? What is the best approach? Field injection is the best approach. What is the fastest approach? Constructor injection, because before anything constructor executes, right? So what is the fastest one? Fastest one is what? Constructor. Convinced, my dear? Got the clarity, my dear, everyone? Okay, let it be, my dear. Okay. So we'll implement all these things one by one. But to do all this thing, to make Java class as Spring Bean, to assign one object with another object by using any injection or any lookup operation, basically we need IOC container support or not. Can we concentrate on how to create IOC container first? Super, guys. Okay, today let's talk about creating IOC container. Creating IOC containers. We are purely talking about how to create IOC containers. Come on, my dear. Super, guys. Okay, let's see. You have to be active. You have to be active. Total, how many IOC containers are there? 2 are there. What are those? Bean factory and application con. You should not forget these terms. These terms will follow you for lifetime. As long as you are working on Spring and Spring Boot, you have to remember these terminologies, right? Okay, total how many IOC containers are there? One is what? Other one is what? Application context. First one is Bean factory IOC container. Second one is what? Application context IOC container. I say both these containers are lightweight containers. Number one, we can create this container, okay, anywhere by just creating objects for predefined classes. That's the number one reason. Number two reason, no need of installing heavyweight web server application server software in order to work with these containers, right? Basic JRE JVM is enough in order to begin this container, in order to create and start this container. No need of any other additional software. Is it not interesting? Don't you think these containers are lightweight containers? Come on. Take a predefined class, create object for it, container is ready. You create in the main method, it is ready in the main method. You create inside the, what is that? Servlet program, container is ready inside the servlet component. You create in what? Distributed application, RESTful web service, container is ready in what? RESTful web service. Wherever you want, you can create the container. It's all about knowing one predefined class and creating that object. What is that predefined class? In a moment, I am going to reveal it. Don't worry about it. Second number reason, guys. Second reason is what? Do I need to arrange web server and application server softwares? I want to work with a servlet container, JSP container. I need to arrange a Tomcat web server. Come on. I need to arrange a WebLogic kind of big server softwares, which are quite heavyweight in the market. Come on, guys. That's another headache we got. Number three reason, basic JRE JVM is the base in order to create and use what? Container. So JRE JVM will be there in every Java application now, boss. Okay, can I say servlet JSP containers are heavyweight containers? Okay, IOC containers are lightweight containers. What do you say, guys? IOC containers are nothing but Spring containers or not, guys? Sir, what are the classes we have to create these There are so many classes to create Bean Factory container, but make sure that all these classes are directly, indirectly implementing Bean Factory interface. Right? Take any class that implements Bean Factory interface, create object for it. You are ready with Bean Factory container. Take any class that implements application context container, create object for it. Okay, you are ready with application context container. You want container in main method, create it. You want container in service method of servlet, create it. You want container some other place, you create it. At the end, it is also one more object, my dear. Though it's a container, but for us it is another object, right? So don't you think containers are lightweight, guys? Why servlet JSP containers are heavyweight? Because if you want to work with the servlet JSP container, we need to install what? Web server or application server softwares, right? Which are big software, which are heavyweight software. You might have heard about Tomcat kind of server. Bit heavyweight na, boss. Glassfish, WebLogic, all these are what? Web server or application server software, which are generally quite heavyweight softwares or not, guys? Are you understanding my statement, my dear? Okay, guys, tell me. Spring Framework offers how many containers? 2 IOC containers. Okay. One is what? Bean Factory. One is Bean Factory IOC container. Bean Factory IOC container. Second one is what? Application context IOC container. Are you getting my point there, guys? Both these containers are what, guys? Lightweight. Both these containers are lightweight containers. What containers, guys? Compared to the heavyweight. What, guys? The heavyweight. Compared to the heavyweight servlet JSP container. and JSP contain. Yes, na boss? Okay. Note. To work with servlet JS, servlet container and JSP container, we need to install the heavyweight. What guys? The heavyweight web server or application server software. What is web server guys? Like Tomcat. What is application server my dear? Come on. WebLogic. What is that guys? WebLogic. So that's why we can call them servlet JSP containers or heavyweight containers. Okay guys, now tell me, how can you say Spring containers? Nothing but IOC containers or lightweight containers. What containers guys? Lightweight containers. It's a very important FAQ guys. In what way we have to say these are lightweight containers? Number one, answer number one. What is answer number one? To create Spring containers, we need to take a class. We need to take a predefined class and create object for it, right? By creating objects for Spring API supplied, what guys? Predefined classes. Predefined classes. We can keep what containers ready? IOC containers ready. We can definitely keep what? IOC containers ready in any kind of Java application. In any kind of Java application. Clear, my dear? Come on, everyone. Answer number two. What is answer number two? Okay. To run IOC container, to create and run IOC containers, we just need, okay, we don't need heavyweight. What guys? We don't need heavyweight. Heavyweight, what is there? Web server or application server software installations. What guys? Installation. Application server software installation. What is answer number three guys? Okay. We can create and run. What guys? We can create and run application or IOC containers. What containers? Container. Just like that. What like that? Just like that, by having JRE or JVM as the base. JRE or JVM as the base software. JRE or JVM as the base software. Convinced, my dear? Got the clarity, my dear? I want reply, guys. Come on. Super, guys. Okay, now next. Tell me next one. I want to create Bean Factory container. Right? What is there? Bean Factory IOC container. Bean Factory IOC container creation. Super. What is there? For this one, take a predefined class that implements what? Bean Factory interface directly or indirectly, and create object for it. There are multiple classes, guys, but one class is really popular. That is XML Bean Factory class. What class, guys? XML Bean Factory class. You create object for that class and you are ready with Bean Factory IOC container. Sir, why it is outdated? It's a good container, na? Very simple. It supports only XML driven configuration. Configuration means what? Inputs and instructions to this container we can use only by using XML file. XML file is day to day fading out or not, guys? So should we entertain this container or we should not entertain this container? Okay, what's the advantage of other containers or application context? It allows us to give configuration, that means inputs and instruction using XML file, also using what? Annotation driven configuration. Come on, using XML file, also using what? Annotation driven configurations. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Got the clarity, my dear? I want reply, guys. Come on. Super, guys. Shall we start understanding this concept here? Right. Okay, guys. Tell me here, what is there? Bean Factory IOC container. What is that, guys? Yeah. To create this container, take a class implementing what, guys? Take a class implementing Bean Factory interface. Now onwards, remember one thing. Certain class object you are referring with interface name means it is not object of interface. It is the object of a class that implements that interface. To recollect your JDBC knowledge, we say connection object. Connection is an interface, right? Technically speaking, it is a object of a class that implements what? Connection interface. We say statement object, right? It is not object of what? Statement interface. It is the object of a class that implements what? State. I say Bean Factory container, Bean Factory object. It is not object of Bean Factory interface, guys. It is the object of a class that implements what? Bean Factory interface, right, guys? Take a class implementing what? Take a predefined class. Predefined class of Spring API. Take a predefined class of Spring API. Implementing Bean Factory interface and create object for it. Okay. Now onward. Then that object acts as the Bean Factory IOC container. Are you getting my point, guys? Bean Factory IOC container. Shall we see what is this, guys? Right. Come to this. Okay. See, guys, that's the beauty of Java API document. Go to Google or any search. Type interface name docs. API docs. You will get API documentation support. Bean Factory API docs, you say. We are getting API documentation related to Bean Factory, na boss? Okay, but these Bean Factory interface, implementing this one, that interface, these many classes are there, right? In that one, can you see XML Bean Factory class, guys? What is the class I am talking about? XML Bean Factory class, where we can see that sub interfaces, leave it. I am looking for what? XML Bean Factory. If not coming directly, I will write that class name. XML Bean Factory API docs. This is XML Bean Factory, my dear. Come on. What happened to internet? It's coming or not coming? XML Bean Factory. It came or not came, guys? Yeah. Look at the hierarchy, guys. This is the small hierarchy. We got it right. Here is the hierarchy that we got it now, my dear. Come on, everyone. Super, guys. Now tell me here. This is XML Bean Factory is the class. Yes. See, it is going for what, guys? Extending from another class. Yes or no? Na? That is extending from another class. This is extending from another class. What do you say, guys? Even this is also extending from another class. Even this is also extending from another class. But where is my Bean factory interface implementations are, right? The doubt comes in your brain or not there. Okay. Look at this default listable bean factory, guys. Okay. It is implementing what, guys? Configurable listable bean factory, right? That is extending from what? Listable bean factory. That is extending from what? Bean factory interface. So indirectly XML bean factory is what, guys? Indirectly XML bean factory is what? Implementing bean factory interface or not? Once again, check it out the hierarchy. We are in XML bean factory, right? Okay. Is it implementing default listable bean factory? But it is implementing a extending a boss. It is implementing a extending. I want reply. It is extending. It is definitely what? Extending. Super, guys. Tell me. Default listable bean factory extending from this one. But you take this one. Yes. It is extending from what? It is implementing configurable listable bean factory or not? That is extending from what? Listable bean factory. That is extending from what? Bean factory interface. Can I put that hierarchy over here? Just a minute. Here, what is the hierarchy, boss? This interface. What is that? This interface. Yeah, this interface. What is there, guys? Configurable. What is that? Configurable. What is there? Listable bean factory interface. This is one interface, guys. We have got I for interface. Next. That is extending from listable bean factory. Yes, my dear. Listable bean. That is extending from what is that? Bean factory interface. Bean factory interface. What is the relationship here? Extends. What's the relationship here, guys? Extend. Interface extends from other interface, na boss? Be active, be interactive, guys. Extends here. Let me take little small size. Extends. What's the relationship here? Extends. That's great. What's the relationship here? Extend. Here implements, class implements, right? Yes. Okay. Between these two classes, what is the relationship, guys? Extends. Here extends, na boss? Here also, what's the relationship? Extend. Here also, what's the relationship? Extend. Here also, what's the relationship? Extends. Everywhere extends only, na? Okay, let me write because I don't want to write all the classes one by one. That's why I'm adjusting in the existing one. What's the relationship? Extends. Here also, what is there? Extend. Yeah, small spell mistakes you adjust, please. Don't make me my English teacher. Don't become my English guru. Okay, small spell mistake, you go it. Because it's a paintbrush. Correction is not that much easy. What is there? Extends. I hope you understood, guys. Okay. Most popularly used class. Okay. Regularly used class to create bean factory IOC container is what? XML bean factory. What is that? Okay. Regularly used class to create IOC container is, what is that, boss? XML bean factory. XML bean factory. XML bean factory. Super, guys. Can I give the example how to create that one, boss? Right. Okay. First one. file system resource, and it expect XML file as the input file, boss. But unfortunately, we cannot pass XML file directly to XML bin factory. First, you have to create resource object pointing to XML file, and you have to use that resource object while creating object for what? XML bin factory. You have to pass resource object as input object while working with what? XML bin factory, right? File system, file system resource res is equal to what, guys? File system resource of, okay, some path, some location of, what's the recommended name for Spring Bean configuration file? Application. Are though container is Bean factory, recommended name for Spring Bean configuration file is what? Application context.xml, right? Okay, file system resource. What is this basically? Path. Path of the file, guys, right? What is this one then? This is nothing but Spring Bean configuration file name. What is that name? Spring Bean configuration file. Spring Bean, what is there? Configuration file. Spring Bean configuration file. Are you getting my point? Yes. What is this object? Resource object. What object, guys? Resource object holding the name and location of Spring Bean configuration file. Holding the name and location of Spring Bean configuration file. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. Super, guys. After that, what is there, guys? XML Bean factory. What is there? Factory is equal to, what is there? New XML Bean factory of RES. New XML Bean factory of what? RES. So here, Bean factory IOC container is created or not created, boss? Yes. But what is this RES? Resource object holding name and location of Spring Bean configuration file. That means indirectly we are passing XML file name here. This internally uses java.io.file class is there, no? Yeah, it internally uses java.io.file class and holds name and location of Spring Bean configuration file. And the same thing is passed over there or not there? Super, guys. What is this? Bean factory. What is this, guys? Come on. This object represents what there? This object represents Bean factory IOC container. What container, guys? Bean factory IOC container. By taking, okay, given XML file as the Spring Bean configuration file. What is that? Spring Bean configuration file. Using this file, what we do, guys, we provide inputs and instructions to IOC container. A container, take this class as Spring Bean. Take this class as another Spring Bean. Take first class as target Spring Bean. Second class as what? Dependent Spring Bean. Assign dependent Spring Bean class object to target Spring Bean class object by using setter injection, by using constructor injection. How do you give all these instructions? By using this XML file, we can give those inputs and instructions or not. A container can do many things, but it needs inputs from you or not, guys. It cannot read your brain, boss. You have to give inputs and instructions to whom? Container, right? What is there? To give inputs and instructions to, what is there? IOC container. Inputs and instructions to IOC container. Yeah, like number one, what kind of spring bean configurations? Number two, dependency injection configuration. Dependency, okay. Injection configurations. Dependency injection configurations. Okay, guys, and life cycle configuration and etc. Life cycle configurations and etc. All inputs and instructions can be given to IOC container through XML file. All these things can be given or not there. What is the biggest limitation of Spring Bean Factory IOC container? Allows only XML driven configuration, which is fading out dynamically. Day to day, it's what? Fading out. What is industry standard now? Annotation driven configuration or Java code driven configuration. Do you think Bean Factory container supports annotation driven configurations and Java code driven configurations? No. That's why it is been outdated or not, guys. That's why it's been outdated or not, guys. Come on. Array, I'm arranging all the inputs. First, in core module, first two classes. How to make Java class as Spring Bean. Using XML, using annotations. Yes, discussed or not, guys. We'll see 1-2 examples on XML also. Don't worry. By keeping old interviews in mind, old projects in mind. Okay, then we focused on what? Containers are given for which purpose? Dependency management, life cycle management. We understood different varieties of dependency management. Today we are busy what? How to create IOC containers. That means I am arranging all inputs one by one that are required to develop our first application or not, guys. People ask me, sir, why don't you develop first application directly? No, it takes time because I have to introduce each and everything one by one, right? It is not a core Java application. C language, you already know main method is there. Okay, here one more new main method, right? Was system.out.println, it is like sprintf, welcome to Java. So first application is over, but here not like that. Because first application itself, I have to give on what? Dependency injection, right? For that one, Spring Beans are required. To make Java class as Spring Bean, IOC container is required. To give instruction to IOC container, we should know how to pass inputs or instruction through XML file or annotations. Everything we should focus or not, guys. Everything we should notice or not, guys. Come on, everyone. Okay, guys. Why Bean Factory IOC container is outdated? What is the basic reason for Bean Factory container becoming outdated IOC container? Any guesses, guys? Yes. Nowadays, all inputs and instructions are coming to container in the form of annotation or Java statement. But Bean Factory does not support both configurations. Right now, boss? It supports only XML driven configuration. But as XML is fading out, IOC container Bean Factory also fading out now, boss? Fading out or not, guys? Super, guys. The recent or latest trend of what is that? Okay, recent or latest trend of providing inputs and instructions to IOC container is, what is that? IOC container is work using annotation and Java code driven configurations. What do you mean by configuration, guys? Inputs and instructions. Inputs and instructions. Okay, what is that? But the Bean Factory IOC container supports what? Only XML driven config, which is fading out, right? Supports only, what is that? XML driven. What driven, guys? XML driven configuration, which is fading out day to day. Definitely fading out day to day or not, guys? So Bean Factory. So Bean Factory IOC container is also fading out or not? IOC container is also fading. But one thing is clear, guys. Application context IOC container is Bean Factory plus plus or not, guys? Application context container is equal to, what is this? Bean Factory container plus plus. Bean Factory container plus plus. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Yes. One is Bean Factory container. Other one is what? Application context container. Are you getting my point there, guys? This is my Bean Factory IOC container. This is my application context IOC container. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, that's great. So, but now we have to focus on which container, my dear? Application context IOC container creation. I'm keeping all my weapons ready one by one, guys. Come on. Right. Application context IOC container creation. Tell me, guys, application context container supports all the three approaches of configuration: XML driven configuration, annotation driven configuration, Java code driven configuration. Annotation also Java code, but other than annotation, some more Java code based what? Configurations. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. So it's supporting all the three IOC container, all the three way of providing inputs or not, guys. That's why it's very popular container and latest and hot container. It's old, but it's a quite running container, industry standard container, boss. How to create this container? Take a predefined class implementing what? Application context interface directly or what? Indirectly. And create object for that. There are multiple popular classes, guys. One by one we have to study, right? Okay. Some of them are there taking only XML based inputs. Some classes, overall application context container takes all inputs. Some of them are there only taking what? Java code based on annotation driven configurations. Some of them are given for web applications. Some of them are given for what? Standalone application. Like this, we have multiple popular classes. Unlike your Bean Factory container, no, not even one single class. Here we have what? Multiple classes. So we can do everything that is possible with Bean Factory container in application context container. Plus, we can do additional operation. Plus, we can also do what? Additional operations. Convinced with me, guys? Come on, everyone. Super, guys. Now, let's see, guys. Application context IOC container. This container takes XML file, annotation, Java code driven. Driven means what? Everything is written in XML driven. Written in annotation driven. Written in annotation plus some Java statements. Driven configurations. Right, guys? Okay. This container is industry standard. What is that? Industry standard IOC container. Definitely industry standard IOC container or not, guys? Super, guys. Next. Okay, guys. To create this container, take a class implementing what? Application context interface, directly or indirect. Application context interface, directly or indirect. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay, let's take, guys, application context. What is this? API docs. Application context. What is there, guys? API docs. Application context API docs. That's great. Here is my story. That's great. Application context API docs. All this stuff is there here now, boss. Come on, everyone. Yeah, there are so many classes, guys. All these are implementation classes, no doubt in that. All these are implementation classes, no doubt in that. But some important classes are there. Number one, class path XML application context. That is one thing, guys. Next, we got file system XML application context. That is another one. Okay. Next one. XML application context. That's the one thing. Annotation config web application context. Annotation config application context. What's the difference between both? Web, no web. It is for web application. It is for what? Standalone application. This and this for standalone application. This one for what? Web application. Are you getting my point? Though there are so many classes, guys, but can I say these classes are what? Important classes now, boss. Come on. And let me say one thing, guys. Application context interface is, what is that? Application context interface is subinterface of what, guys? Bean factory interface. Is subinterface of what? Bean factory interface. It's not directly, guys, indirectly. Let's have a look. Application context is extending from whom? Bean factory interface. Bean factory is extending from whom, guys? Listable bean factory. Listable bean factory is extending from what? Bean factory interface. The hierarchy is going like this now, boss. The hierarchy is basically going like this or not, guys? What's the first one? Bean factory interface. Next one, I am not giving package names. Don't worry about the packages. Okay. Listable bean factory interface. Yes or no? Na? Lastly, what is there? Application context interface. What's the relationship here, guys? Extends. What's the relationship here, guys? Everywhere extends and extension, boss. What is this? Extends. What is this, guys? Extends. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Super. Important classes to create application context container. What classes? Important classes to create application context container. I would like to give important classes to create application context container. Shall we get into one by one, guys? Come on, everyone. Super, guys. Tell me, what is the first one, my dear? Yeah. What is the first one? Yeah, what's the first one? File system. What is the first one? File system. XML application context. Yes? Okay. I'll give first one by one. Second one, class path XML application context. Second one is what? What? Class path XML application context. Third one is what, my dear? What is the third one? Okay, XML web application context. Yes, guys. The fourth one, annotation config application context. Next, E. Annotation config web application context. Everyone getting my point here, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay, guys. Tell me here. File system XML application context. Here is the story. What is the story, guys? Here is the story. Yeah. Takes given XML file as what? Spring Bean configuration file from the specified path of the file system. Nothing but D drive, C drive folders and files. And creates the IOC container, right? Okay, this class allows only XML file as what? Spring Bean con. Overall IOC container allows everything, but this class allow only XML file as what? Spring Bean configuration file. Yes, na boss? Okay. So what's the first one? Creates application context container. What it will do? Creates the AC. Array now onwards AC means what? Application context container. By taking what, guys? By taking given Spring Bean configuration file from the specified path of the file system. From the specified path of the file system. Are you understanding my statement? File system XML application context CTX is equal to new file system XML application context of, what is that? Application context of path of, what is there? Application context dot XML, boss. What dot XML, guys? Application context dot XML. So here we are giving name and location of Spring Bean configuration file. Okay. Path of the Spring Bean configuration file. Path of the Spring Bean configuration file. Clear, guys? Got the point, my dear? Come on, everyone. That is file system XML application context. So now CTX is referring as IOC container. Come on. This objects acts as what? Application context IOC container. This objects represents what is there? ACIOC container. This object represents what, guys? ACIOC container. Convinced with me, my dear. Come on, everyone. Super, guys. B. Class path XML application context. What is next one? Class path XML application context. Class path XML application context. What do you say, guys? Tell me, what is this? Creates the AC container by taking what? Given Spring Bean configuration file from the specified folders and jar files of the specifies folders and jar file that are added to class path environment variable. You heard about class path? Array, we add class path jar files to class path na boss. You might have added OJDBC 8.jar 10.jar file to class path before dealing with the JDBC application development. Come on, guys. Creates AC container by collecting what? By taking Spring Bean configuration file from the folders and jar files that are added to class path. And this is best in what? XML driven configuration and standalone application. In standalone application, new class path, XML application context of application context.xml or not, guys? Yeah, CTX represent IOC container. Are you not feeling lightweight, guys? Can you create servlet container like this? Take a class, create object container ready. Can you say like that? You must install Tomcat. You must start Tomcat. Then internally servlet container is ready. Can I say servlet container is heavyweight container? Come on. But look at this IOC container, guys. One predefined class is there, implementing either Bean Factory interface or what? Application context interface. We are creating object for it, and container is ready or not, guys? Container is definitely ready or not, guys? That's great. Class path XML application context, CTX is equal to, what is there? Okay. Class path XML application context, CTX is equal to this one. This is my application context.xml or not, guys? Okay, that's great news, guys. What's the next one, boss? Yeah, this XML file will be collected from where, guys? From the jar files and directories added to class path environment variable. Okay. This is a best class to create ACIOC container, ACIOC container taking XML driven configurations. What configurations? XML driven configuration in standalone applications. What applications, guys? Standalone application. In standalone application, this is the best way of creating what? Application context IOC container. Shall we move to next one, my dear? Come on, everyone. What is the third one, guys? XML web application context. What is that, guys? XML web application context. Are you listening my statement, guys? Come on. Array, what is the second one I said, guys? While creating standalone application, using application context container, where you want to use XML driven configuration out of other classes, this is the best class to use or not, guys? I can use file system XML application context also. But out of these two things, come on, guys. This is the best or not, guys? This is the best or not, guys? Come on. Okay, last one. This is what? In compare to what, guys? Compare to file system XML application context. This is compared to file system XML application context or not, guys? What's the next one, guys? XML web application context. Creates the IOC container, ACIOC container in web applications. Okay, in web application by taking fixed notation name as Spring Bean configuration file name. Fixed notation name as Spring Bean configuration file name. That is servlet logical name hyphen servlet.xml as what? Spring Bean configuration file from webinf folder. Those you know servlet, in servlet application development webinf folder will be there. Inside that we keep in web.xml file. In the same place you have to keep Spring Bean configuration file, but that file name should be servlet logical name hyphen what? Servlet.xml. That's a fixed notation. Here you cannot pass Spring Bean configuration file name. You will take fixed name. What is that? Servlet logical name hyphen servlet.xml. For example, your servlet component logical name is what? ABC. ABC hyphen servlet.xml. Your servlet class logical name is what? Dispatcher. Dispatcher hyphen servlet.xml. Your servlet class logical name is what? Controller. Controller hyphen servlet.xml. In which location? Webinf folder. It is suitable in web application or standalone application? Definitely suitable in what? Web application. That's the reason the word web has come, my dear. Come on. Self knowledge, right? This is suitable in standalone application, but not the best. Is it the best? Okay. It is suitable in standalone applications. It is what? Suitable in what, guys? Standalone applications. Okay. It is best. It is best for what? Standalone application. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super, guys. Yeah. What it will do, guys? Creates a ACIOC container. What container? In web applications. What applications? ACIOC container in web applications. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Creates AC IOC container in web application. Okay, by taking fixed notation name as the Spring Bean configuration file. That is servlet logical name. Array, when you are configuring servlet name tag is there. There we give logical name, right? Servlet logical name hyphen servlet.xml as the, what is this? Spring Bean configuration file from WebINF folder. What folder, guys? WebINF. What's the way of creating container, guys? XML web application context. XML web application context. CTX is equal to, what is there? New XML web application context. No need of passing any name because fixed notation name it is taking now, boss. Fixed notation name it is taking, right? Okay, note. If the servlet logical name is, what is this? XYZ. Servlet logical name is XYZ. I don't entertain emojis. Whatever you feel, write in the form of wordings. You're feeling sad, right? I am feeling sad. Okay? Emojis I don't entertain. If you are using emojis, I should assume you have an identity crisis and you are trying to become Rakhi Sawant. You are trying to become what? Rakhi Sawant and some other people are there. Okay? They do any worst thing for identity. They do anything for identity, right? Kumar Dikshit, are you Rakhi Sawant today? I hope you are not. Want to see anyone becoming Rakhi Sawant in the classrooms. Please, whatever you feel, express in words. At least your English will improve, dirty fellows. Dirty emojis will not take you anywhere. Express your opinion in the chat box, right? Fine. Cannot write 4 or 5 words in English continuously. Bada aa gaya to use emojis and gain attention of others. Shameless people. Completed graduation, cannot express your opinions, cannot express your mood in English words, but trying to gain attention of others. Useless. Useless, good for nothing. Okay. Don't try to show your tails in front of me. I know how to cut them to the deeper. Please. Especially online students. Offline students are quite sincere because they are in my monitoring, right? Yes. Otherwise your original characters also almost same. Fine. Otherwise, in your bodies also Rakhi Sawant will be there. Right, guys. If the servlet logical name is XYZ, then what? Spring Bean configuration file. What is that, guys? Configuration file name is XYG. In real-time software world, they say XYZ. No, XYG is the correct word. Okay? Servlet.xml as the, okay, XYG. So do I need to pass some name, guys? No. Okay, this is the only in XML driven configurations. This is the only option. This is the only option to create AC IOC container in web application. Yes, na boss? To create AC IOC container. What, guys? AC IOC container in what, guys? Web applications. Convinced, my dear? I want reply, my dear. Come on, everyone. Okay. Whatever I discussed, all are taking XML. XML is industry standard now. It's a fading out, right? How Salman Khan, Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan fading out day to day. Some people don't agree, but that's a fact you have to understand, right? And Hrithik Roshan is also fading out. That's another fact. So next generation actors are slowly becoming what? Popular, and they are trying to show their presence in the market, right, guys? And after Pan India movies, entire India has become one nation, right? So many politicians tried, so many intellectual tried to make India as one, but two things make India as one as of now. One is cricket, other one is what? Pan India movies. Especially after OTT platforms, people got exposure to watch, especially Malayalam industry movies. After that, everyone realized remaining all movies are bakwas movies. Yes or no? Na? Content driven movies means, screenplay driven movies means, okay, definitely Malayalam movies, right? Small budget, but it will make you people to catch to the screen. No hangama, no over budget, no overflow of actors, but still it will gain the attention of what? Audience, okay, without making him bore, right? But if you are watching any other movie, so-called pan-India movies, so-called Bahubali kind of movies, in the middle of the movie, we look at the neighbor, what we are watching, what he is making to see. One hit, lorry will be in the air. Another hit, one villain will dash another villain, that villain will dash another villain. And this fellow shut will not be disturbed also. The hero shut also will not be disturbed, right? Overaction ka overaction, right? Fine, boss. Fine, guys. Are you understanding? Okay, I'll walk here and there, Babu. Online student, give me freedom to walk here and there. Yes. So like this XML is fading out. XML based containers also fading out or not, guys? Super, guys. Next, what is the fourth one, my dear? What is the fourth one? D or fourth one? What's the alphabets here? D. Annotation config. See, every day I'm introducing one thing. One day how to make a Java class as Spring Bean. One day how to arrange dependent Spring Bean to target Spring Bean. Only theory I have given. Right? But once this is over, the how to do practically, how to go for dependency injection work practically. First using XML driven configurations, next using what? Annotation driven configuration. Right, boss? Yes, boss. If I do like this only, you will feel comfortable when I develop the first application. I am preparing background to launch first application. For 4 days, 4 different inputs. Fifth day, we assemble all things together. We develop sample application in the paintbrush level. Okay. Sixth day, we put the same application in Eclipse IDE. And I think we are in the third day or fourth day in that process, right? But till that fifth day or sixth day comes, don't ask me when coding starts, when you will type the code. Don't show in paintbrush, sir. Open Eclipse and show there, sir. I know everything, Ra Babu. When you are in the schools wearing knickers, I have started learning Java. I have entered into Java, and I can say even completed 1-2 projects in Java, right? So that's why don't teach how to cough to old man, and don't teach how to teach Spring to you people, right? No, sir, we are asking out of our excitement. Control it. If not control, go to washroom and relax and come back. Okay. Okay. But you have to follow my order of delivering content, especially online students, right? Akhilesh Rakishavant, how are you today? Akhilesh Raki Sawant, how are you today? Why are you changing your surname, Ra? Your parents have maintained a lot of hierarchy, Khandan hierarchy to get the surname like that. But you are changing that one to Raki Sawant surname, right? Don't blame, don't lose your identity. Okay, we are using Eclipse ID, STS IDE. We use Eclipse IDE initially, then IntelliJ IDE. Both IDs we use. STS IDE is also internally what? Eclipse IDE. Is that clear? Yeah, tell me. Annotation config. What is that? Web application context. Web application context. This is my third class now, boss. Come on. Annotation config web application context. Super, guys. Tell me. Creates ACIOC container for standalone application by taking given Java class as the configuration class, not the XML file. Java class as the configuration class. How does that class become configuration class? When you use @configuration annotation on the top of the class. And when you decided not to use XML, what is alternate? We can give inputs and instructions to what? IOC container through Java class. That class is technically called as configuration class. Come on. How does normal class become configuration class, guys? Using @configuration annotation or not, guys? Simply using @configuration annotation or not, guys? Super, guys. Now tell me here, what is that? Creates the IOC container. Come on. Creates the ACIOC container to configure. What is there? Okay, in standalone applications. Okay, guys. Acha, 1 minute. I think web has come unnecessarily, guys. First should not be used web, right? First not web, guys. First without web only. That too I am using the terminology what? Standalone. Yes, ACIOC container in standalone application by taking given class as what, guys? Given Java class as the configuration class. What class, guys? Given Java class as the configuration class. Okay. Java class with @configuration annotation. Okay, guys. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Super, guys. Example. Annotation config application context CTX is equal to new annotation config application context of what is this? App config dot class. What, guys? App config dot class. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. App config dot class. So here is my configuration class or not, guys? What class, guys? Configuration class. This is going to be configuration class or not, guys? Okay. Using @configuration class, we can give inputs and instructions to what, guys? IOC container. We can definitely give inputs and instructions to IOC container or not, guys? Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Super. Okay. Note. This is the best class. This is best in annotation, comma, Java code configuration. This is best class to create IOC container. What is this? IOC container. AC IOC container in standalone application. In standalone application. This is not the best class. This is only one class. This is the only class, right? To create AC IOC container in what? Standalone application. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. What is E, guys? Annotation config. What is this? Web application context. Annotation config, web application context. This is another one, boss. Creates IOC container in web application by taking given class as the configuration class. Everything same, guys. Okay, it will be creating in web application environment, guys. Right? Creates what? AC, what, guys? AC IOC container in web applications by taking what, guys? Given Java class as the configuration class. Right. Yeah, suitable only in web standalone applications, this one. Suitable only in what applications, guys? Standalone applications. Got it, my dear? Okay. Suitable in web applications. What applications, guys? Comma distributed. Even in distributed applications also we can use. Okay, this is industry standard in annotation driven environment. What is example one? Yeah. What is that, guys? Annotation config. Web application context. CTX is equal to new annotation config. What is there? Web application context of. What is this? App config dot class. What dot class, guys? Simply what dot class, guys? App config dot class. Are you there with me, guys? Come on, everyone. Yeah, this is my, what is that, guys? Okay, represents a AC container or not? Object acting as AC container or not, guys? I think by this time you got the clarity on everything. Okay, now tell me, total how many containers are there in Spring and Spring Boot programming? 2. Okay. What are those? Bean Factory and Applique. Which is best? Total how many classes we can use to create application context container? Many classes, but best is 5. What are those best 5? File system XML application context creates IOC container of type application context by taking given XML file as what? Spring Bean configuration file from the specified path of the file system. Compared to this class path XML application context is good. Okay, but in web application environment where you want to use XML configuration, okay, we have to think about working with what, guys? We have to think about working with what, guys? XML web application context. In annotation driven and Java code driven configuration, in standalone annotation config application context, in web application annotation config web application context. Clear, my dear? Got the clarity, my dear? Super. We know how to create Spring Beans in XML, in annotation, through Java code also. We know how to create containers. Only coding wise we have to see how to do injection configurations. Yes or no? Na? This is this tomorrow when we meet, we are going to discuss about what? How to work with what? Dependency injection configuration. That is going to be our fourth session. Fifth session, we club all the things, we provide one sample code. Sixth session, we open Eclipse IDE, we develop the application. With that, our first application journey will be completed. See, boss, I am not here to explain the code. I am here how to take the requirements, how to design the code, how to write the code, how to test the code. This is the plan. These many days in other courses, you might have studied how to write the code, how to understand the code. We are not here. We are here to design the code, then to develop the code. So that's the reason I am bringing point by point, level by level. That's why my first application development definitely takes time. Sir, what is the setup that is required to keep? Don't keep anything, just keep Eclipse IDE ready. Eclipse IDE ready. Everything I will tell dynamically, don't worry. So, I think everyone ready with Google Drive? Everyone, offline students also. Okay. Online students also ready. Anyone can share backup videos so far? Only one person, not everyone. If you are not ready, Mr. Asan, you are sleeping. Admin madam is sharing from the beginning of this today's session. Admin madam has shared from the beginning of the today's session. Yes, I received backup videos also, now not required. I received, please stop sharing. Please stop sharing, guys. Okay. Why we use only @? Array, that's a syntax, and syntax should not be questioned. Did you ever question why are you keeping open flower bracket, closing flower bracket to represent a block? Did you ever question why semicolon at the end of the instruction? Then why are you questioning @? Don't question. Syntax should not be questioned because compilers are designed according to the syntax. Yes, na boss? English grammar, okay, seniors in colleges and parents in our house and syntax in programming should not be questioned. You should follow blindly. Yes or no, na boss? If you question, you will get reverse dialogues. Compiler cannot speak, na, it will give errors. Yes or no, na boss? After these many days, someone is asking why @ symbol. That's the syntax, boss. Why semicolon? Did you ever question? Why class names in uppercase, lowercase? Compilers are designed like that, and we are writing code according to compilers. I don't want to follow. Design your own language, your own compiler, then don't follow. As long as you want to use others compilers, others programming language, you have to respect their syntax. Otherwise, how they will compile, how they will execute your code. You will write your own language code, right? Fine. There should be some combination. There should be some commonality or not, guys. Super, guys. What is this? 5:30 p.m. This is your Google Drive. Here I will be creating folders. Folder number 1. Intro folder, right? Folder number 2. Folder number 2. Spring Core folder. Folder number 3. Okay. Folder number 3. Videos. What folder, guys? videos folder. Yes. Let's open first folder. File upload. Let's save the document there. File upload. Right, guys? Come on, everyone. Yes. Come on, next one. What is the next one, guys? What's your batch code, my dear? Are you enjoying the sessions? Ranveer, stop throwing biscuits on me. Okay, focus on subject. Okay, so you become great, I will be happy. Don't make someone great. Yeah, it's uploading files, guys. Don't worry. Please provide Google Classroom. Tungudu Sai Manideep. What I provide, you have to take. What you ask, I don't provide. Because I have my own reason why I'm not providing Google Classroom. Google Classroom size is 250 members max. But in offline only, I have another 300 members. Online, few members are there. Online, how many, guys? Online also good strength is there, 228. Okay. So you want me to maintain multiple Google Classroom for one batch? Sorry, you have a lot of free time I don't have. Okay, come back. For everything there will be reason, boss. You may ask me, why are you giving notes in PDF? Why are you giving notes not in what? Text pad. If I give applications, notes in text pad, notepad, you copy, paste and execute the code, feel that today my practicals are over. That is not practice. That is cheating. Okay? And you never become great programmer. If I give things in paintbrush, you are forced to type. You will get error. You will solve errors. Like that, subject will improve. And moreover, my teaching is the combination of text plus diagrams. In Notepad, I cannot draw the diagrams, right? So that's why I prefer paintbrush. Main reason is I want to see you people sitting and writing the code, not copy pasting the code. Okay, still time is there to copy paste the code. After becoming 1 year, 2 years experienced people, you will get maturity, then you will get chance to copy paste. Till that time, sit and write the code, then become perfect programmer. Spring Core, guys, next one, file upload. Who is behind you in your success? Myself. Myself here. Myself only, no one is there. Okay? And in your behind also, you only will be there. If we talk more technically, your shadow may be there. Okay. If you are becoming successful for someone, you are not living your life. You are living someone's life. Don't live that life. Become success for yourself, Ram. We are not using at the rate component. Now in given example, I already introduced. Today's concentration is what? Container creation. In container creation, why component will be there? A waste fellow. It will be there in Spring Bean creations, na? Suresh Kamble. It will be there in Spring Bean creation. And today, am I creating configuration class? Am I passing configuration class? Passing. While passing configuration class, how you will see at the red bean? How you will see at the red component? Show some maturity, my dear. Common sense you are losing. Today we are not developing configuration class. We are passing as an input value. While passing just class name is enough now, boss. Common sense. This is what needs common sense. Okay. And moreover, when you take answer for your query, keep the good habit. Understood, sir. I got it, sir. Otherwise, until you say that, I may repeat that point, right? Mr. Kamble, you asked a question, I replied. Okay, understood question mark. Don't become English literature, boss, please. Understood question. You are questioning me? You understood me? Okay. Where use container? We use container for creation of what? For dependency management based example application development, right? Okay. Yeah, where is this? Google Docs. Create and share. Save, paste. These are the backup videos na boss. Bold. Yesterday someone asked demo videos, right? Alekya madam. Yesterday you were quite excited about videos, right? Okay, today I have given. Let's see how many you will watch by tomorrow. Right, guys. Thank you. See, my humble request, you are not so energetic in the classes, offline and online. Very few people are in active mode. 33% so dull. This department bit active. Last one, so dull. Basically backbencher, or you are habituated to maintaining silence. Not going to work out. Tomorrow onward, start sitting classroom. Don't blame me and don't give complaint to. And comes and gives, allow him also, I don't allow if I don't feel comfortable in the classes. I don't want 500, 400 students in the classroom. I just need 100 students who follows my instruction, who software engineer. What's the use of teaching to find that one 400 members are not active? I need members, that's enough for me. Who is that 100? That depends upon you. Again, I am telling, in Java are there, competition is also there. You are seeing these many people now, that your people, 60% people are scrap. I'm telling on your faces, 60% people are scrap. They joined course because girlfriend also there in the batch. They joined course because relatives said. They joined course because parents are pressurizing. Do something, don't sit, right? Only 40% people are serious people. So if you are serious contender, is what? 40 jobs are there, but competition is also there. Hard hitting reality facts, be ready to take it. So whether you want to be in that 40% or 60% scrap who are there to give fees to hostels and institutes of Amirpet, that you decide. Whether you want to be 40% or 60%. Because of 60% only institutes are running, not because of 40%. But 60% will come automatically by seeing 40%. Am I clear? So now you decide whether you want to be part of that 40% gang or what? 60% scrap gang. Thank you. Have a nice time.